I recently reviewed the iPad Pro for artists and kept hearing about different screen protectors as I was shopping. And the one that kept coming up was the one made by PaperLike, which is supposed to be one of the better ones for mimicking that PaperLike feel. So I reached out to those crazy kids over at PaperLike, and they were nice enough to send me a set of matte screen protectors to review. We're going to go over it in a second. Does it meet the hype? I'm going to let you know.
Out of bed today. Keep waking up from the previous night.
Everything comes in this cardboard envelope, and I'm going to take you through my install process only because of the feedback I've read on the internet with people having problems. So in the envelope we have some instructions, 2 PaperLike screen protectors, a lovely note, some guide and dust removal stickers, and 2 wet and 2 dry wipes. Now to make your life easier, you're going to want to turn off the iPad. So you can do that from settings, or you could hold down the volume button and hit power. We're going to dust this off real quick. We're going to line up our screen protector, and what you're going to see is you have side 1 down, which is blue, and the side 2, which is red, goes up. I'm attaching the guide stickers here. I'm going to spread them out because it sort of acts like a bookbinder while you fool around with this thing. You want to get this thing really nice and clean. If you notice, I go back and forth quite a bit with the wet wipe and also the dry wipe, using north and south strokes, east to west. And you want to concentrate particularly around the edges, you know, where your fingers would be. So holding the screen protector nice and tight, you're going to pull on that blue sticker to actually remove the back film. I give it a once over with the dry cloth just in case there's any dust there. And you can see I'm guiding it by pulling on the edge, again leveraging those stickers as a binder. Now I'm just kind of lining it up here. There's a bubble and I wanted to lift it up just to make it a little easier. Now I'm using the equivalent of a credit card to start to smooth this thing out. And you're going to notice this takes a little while. I left it and this footage in the video only so people could see exactly what I did. Now you may be noticing why I'm cleaning it off with the microfiber cloth, you know, on the top of it. That's so I could see any dust or any bubbles better. So you're going to make sure you want to hit this thing from all angles, right? Especially the edges when those bubbles are going to, you know, be a little bit hidden. Easiest way to do that is keep turning the iPad around and making sure you hit every angle. It's basically the equivalent of polishing a car. I'm holding it up in the light here, you know, like literally right under a light bulb to make sure there's no dust and there's no kind of bubbles sitting there. We're going to start to remove this film here, and you can see the actual screen protector started to lift a little bit. And if you watch what I'm doing here with the microfiber cloth, I'm removing with one hand, but making sure I don't peel the cover off on, you know, with the other. I'm also using the microfiber cloth to smooth it out and make sure that the actual screen protector doesn't come up. See, I had to place it down. I did find another bubble. We're going to hit those edges one more time just in case. And now what I've done is I put my art glove on, and I'm using that, you know, to remove any dust as I remove the cover. If you don't have an art glove, again, you can use a microfiber cloth like I'm doing here. But I'm basically just removing that film very slowly. It's sped up for the purposes of this video, but, you know, this took, you know, probably a good 5 minutes. And when I'm happy with it, here we go. It went on just about as perfect as it can get. I'm putting it in the light. There's no bubbles here. There's no dust underneath. There's one piece of dust that I'm about to wipe off right there, but that was on the actual cover itself. And there we go. Perfect. Now, I wanted to test this in the sun, and I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but this iPad is on full blast, you know, with the brightness. And this is 3 o'clock in the middle of the day. This is right in the middle of the sun. It couldn't get any brighter. So I don't know how much of a good representation this is, but I mean, you could see that it definitely does help, in direct sunlight. To quantify a percentage or something like that, it helps. It's hard to do, but I mean, obviously, even the camera I'm using is picking up, the matte protector doing what it's supposed to do. Let's do a little Q&A. Does PaperLike change the feeling of drawing on glass? Yes, it's much improved. Did you notice rainbow colors on pure white backgrounds? No. Why didn't you use the dust removal sticker? I didn't need it. I prefer just wiping it down with the wet and dry wipes and also the microfiber. Do you think this can wear down the Apple Pencil's tips? No. It's not sandpaper. Let's calm down. Why does PaperLike texture seem to wear down? Skin oil buildup. Like my pen displays, I use both microfiber and very light wet cloth, sometimes with a touch of natural dish soap to remove oils that build up and soften the texture. I've read the screen protector doesn't stay on long term. What can I do to prevent this? Proper application is key. Now let's talk about this for a minute. What do I mean by proper application? Well, what I did is I actually plugged my iPad in and I ran YouTube like in full screen, full brightness, and then I put like a little t-shirt over the cover. Now, obviously, so I don't get flamed in the comments, this isn't ideal for electronics, but I only did this a couple minutes just to allow the screen to really heat up and allow that bonding to take place. So although I was tapping the Apple Pencil pretty hard, to try to let you hear the effect of the screen protector on the glass, I noticed it does dampen the sound a bit. Like when I'm just placing the actual pencil on the glass surface, it definitely like deadens that thud sound. So as a final test, we're going to see, does it deaden pressure or affect tilt at all? As we can see here, it really doesn't. Now this picture I did was totally done in Procreate, and you could see none of my pressure is being affected by the screen protector in a negative way, which is awesome. Yep, that feels great. Another thing that stands out about the PaperLike is that it's a lot thinner than other matte screen protectors that I've used. So that may contribute to the ability to still retain that pen pressure that we talked about. But I mean, if you're looking at the screen now, you could see, I mean, it really is just a thin overlay, providing that texture feel and that matte protection. So all in all, I had a good experience with the PaperLike screen protector. I think it does what it promises. I mean, it's not earth-shattering or something like that, but the instant feel of having that tactile texture as you're drawing, aka like a Cintiq, to me the product is as promised. Now, on the issue of price, and if you notice on this channel, I tend to not get into that or brand warfare or comparing it against other matte screen protectors that are cheaper. To me, it's a completely subjective thing. I mean, we're talking about $35 is a little bit on the high side. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, they're out of Germany. I don't know if that factors in, but I mean, we're also talking about putting this on, minimum $1,000 iPad. So you sort of have to weigh, I guess, the hill you're going to die on when it comes to these things. But to me, if this is the best one out there, and this is the best one, at least that I've tried, like I said, that mimics that, Cintiq, sort of texture-like feel to it. I didn't find that the pen tip, dragged as I saw maybe in some other reviews. I mean, it didn't for me. Maybe those folks have just never used a Cintiq before. As far as the grain, I did notice a little bit of that, but again, to me, that's nothing new, because I mean, all the Cintiqs I've ever used, you know, or any other pen display device, you know, like a Huion, that has that sort of coating on it, you know, you do notice a little bit of that. I mean, it's a little bit of a different look, but it didn't distract me in any way. I mean, I've read books on my iPad since putting the screen protector on, and it doesn't have like a screen door effect or anything like that. You just, if you're looking for it, you're going to notice it. Finally, I found the folks at PaperLike pretty responsive. My matte screen protectors came in, you know, under a week. So even though they're out in Germany, you know, it came pretty quickly. They also sell on Amazon. I have my affiliate link below, you know, just in case you want to help me out in the channel. And I'm enjoying it. So I'm not really sure why some people out there had such a hard time installing it, but hopefully this video helps too. You know, you can follow step by step. So if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell so you know when all my videos come out. And keep an eye out for new content, and I will check you guys out in the next one. Thanks for watching.